Hello and welcome to the 2018 Steinbrenner Warriors Boys Golf Update. I'm Matt Scher, and alongside me is the Warriors head boys golf coach, J.R. Allen. How you doing, Coach Allen?
Doing all right, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. With the 2018 campaign hitting the stretch run, how do you assess the team's success this year with your expectations coming into the season?
We've had a pretty good year in terms of accomplishing the things that we wanted to accomplish. We have a fairly new team. A lot of the guys that are back are experienced guys that gave us some good scoring last year. So we had some reliable scoring options. So you always kind of knew what you were going to get from those guys, and it was the new players that we inherited that we weren't quite sure about. But as the season has gone along, some of those questions have been answered pretty well, and they've done a good job. Especially as of late, they're starting to play with a lot more confidence and a lot more consistent. So we're where we should be, I feel, with what we had going into the season. So I feel good about it.
Now, who are some of the golfers that have made an impact individually and for the team this season?
The first guy I would probably mention is he's a third-year guy. He's a junior, so he's been with me all 3 years so far. Mack Whitworth. Mack is a kid who has always played golf since he was younger. So the background has always been there, and he's shown year after year improvement and growth in his game. Definitely in terms of scoring, he scores a little bit better than he did last year. He's a little bit stronger physically, so he hits the ball a little bit longer. So he's a guy that we've enjoyed kind of watching progress and grow. Talent-wise, we have a young man who's a freshman, the ninth grader, that we didn't know that we were getting, because you don't really know who you're going to get in terms of ninth graders until they get here. In his very first match, his name's Michael Thomas. He had a great first match and showed some big upside, so we're excited to have him as well. So I'd say those two have probably given us the most in terms of scoring this season.
Now, who in your eyes made significant contributions this year as far as newcomers on the team? I know you mentioned one right there.
Michael, definitely, being a ninth grader and a freshman, somebody we didn't know about, has shown some talent right out of the gate. Also, a young man who was here at Steinbrenner last year as a freshman. He didn't get the opportunity to try out. I believe he was gone during tryouts. So somebody we didn't know about. This year as a sophomore, he was able to make it. His name is Hager. And Evan has showed glimpses of being somebody that can turn in some low scores. And he's been a little bit inconsistent, but he has shown that he can do it. Lately, he's been playing well, which also is good, because this is the time of the year that you want to play well as we're nearing the end of the season. So Evan has given us some boost too.
Now, in your opinion, what has been the big highlights or the highlight of the season thus far?
Golf is one of those games that it's so hit and miss. Not to play a pun on word, but there's been some inconsistencies in terms of, we might play really well one match, and then maybe it might be two matches in a row that we just kind of average or whatever. I would say a highlight is definitely the way we closed out the regular season, which was just the other day. We had a match against our rival, which is Sickle. Sickle beat us the first time we played them over at their home course. It was a good match. It was a closely played match. We probably only lost by 4 or 5. Our guys did not play well that day. That was one of those matches I'm referring to where we were just inconsistent. So they kind of knew that was one of the ones we maybe let get away, and they probably should have won. So there was a little bit extra juice flowing, when we played a couple of days ago when Sickles came to our court. And in so doing, we actually played our best round of the season in terms of a team score. We shot a 154, which is the best round we've turned in. That was our last regular season match, so we were able to close the regular season with a high note, or a highlight, as you refer to it, to give us some confidence to steamroll into districts, hopefully.
Now, with the season winding down, what are the team's goals for the rest of the way? Now's the honor.
Like I said, we just finished the regular season, so our eyes next are on the district tournament. And since Steinbrenner has been open, I've been privileged to be the coach since the school was open. And every year we've made it out of district, so to speak. What that entails is you have to be one of 3 teams, the top 3 teams, I should say, to advance from district to regional. We've never known, or I should say not known, what that's like. We've always advanced. So that's the first expectation right there. We definitely want to get out of district, because it's something we've always done, I should say. We want to be, you want to win districts. That's the main goal. We have a very big challenge in doing that this year. Plant is a school that's been very, very good. They bring a lot of guys that can play. They beat us in the regular season by a pretty handy margin. So at the district tournament, that's what we're gunning for. Until we beat them, they've kind of proved that they're the cream of the crop. We definitely want to make sure that we're the second best team. If we don't get the district championship, we want to be runner up. which will give us the opportunity to move out of districts, and that will put us in regional. From regionals, you want to go to states. So that's where we're at right now.
Now with districts approaching really fast, what areas you're looking to improve upon both individually and team-wise for the Steinbrenner boys golf team?
I think was one of the questions you guys all talked about earlier. I mentioned that consistency is something that we've been looking for. This is definitely the time of the year you want to be very consistent. I think districts is a unique thing because it gives our guys an extra 9 holes to play. Anybody that didn't know, our regular season matches are only 9 hole. Districts is 18 hole. So there's a little bit more room for error. If you have 2 or 3 bad holes in a regular season match, that could kind of determine your fate right there. You can actually have 2 or 3 holes at the district tournament that might not be that great and still battle your way back into it. So consistency of stringing holes together where you're turning in a good score or just hitting good shots is key. You want to be hitting, or I should say playing as consistent as you can, especially now that districts is here. This is the time that you want to be playing your best.
Well, thank you, Coach Allen, and good luck the rest of the way in districts and beyond.
Appreciate it, and thank you for having me.
That does it for the 2018 Steinbrenner Warriors Boys Golf Update. Coming up, the team has districts Tuesday, October 16th at 8 a.m. at Heritage Harbor Golf Course, and regionals Monday, October 22nd at 1 p.m. at Buckhorn Springs Golf Course. You can get all the latest information on all of Steinbrenner's varsity athletic teams through the GSHS Sports social media pages. You can follow GSHS Sports on Twitter by searching at GSHS ESPN. Also, brand new for this year, select athletic events will be broadcast on the GSHS Sports YouTube channel live. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Matt Scher. This has been the 2018 Steinbrenner Warriors Boys Golf Update.